Since the Enlightenment, all the leaders of the free world have converged on one thing. A society has an obligation to ensure that all citizens are provided with a quality, free education. This simple realization has allowed the Western world to triumph and become the beacon of freedom and living standards that the rest of the world is now following. All humans will soon be able to proudly say that they can read and write, a testament to the power of government to change the course of affairs for the better, provided it has the right goal in mind. In the United States, a heated debate is taking place about how it can make its education system more effective, because as of right now, it is lagging behind. The question we must ask ourselves as denizens of the U.S. is this: what can we do to improve the education of our youth, and what are other countries doing differently that we simply aren't? In order to delve deeper into this question, I interviewed Robin Nally, the principal at Deer Park Elementary School, a place that is at the forefront of educational reform in Daviess County.
Well, education, it's been turning now for several years, in that it's no longer at the elementary level just about reading, writing, and math. There are also so many social skills involved, communication skills involved, even service-oriented kind of projects that are involved at the elementary level.
The solutions proposed seem to be progress, inching their way towards the ultimate goal of education, which is to prepare individuals to be just that, individuals. However, I wanted to know more about what is being done to ensure teachers are doing their best as well. Here in the U.S., we're 48th in literacy according to the CIA World Factbook. And to put that in perspective, Azerbaijan is 9th and North Korea is 4th. The United States also ranks 14th overall in education according to Pearson. It can't simply be the students, which makes me ask the question, should teachers be held responsible for the failures of their students?
Yes and no, and I'm going to answer that as far as there should always be more than one data point, whether
Definitely.
you're looking at anything. So no, that one end-of-the-year test that students take, that one test should not be a reflection of the teachers teaching all year long or their professional learning all year long. Therefore, that's why I'm kind of excited about our new teacher evaluation system, which TPGES, which as a high school kid you hopefully haven't learned, you don't know anything about that. But as a principal, I'm excited about that because teachers have to keep evidence for 3 years. And then at the end of that third year, that's when the principal sits down and we have a summative evaluation to say, okay, how are you doing as a teacher?
It seems as though Daviess County Public Schools are a bit ahead of the curve when it comes to dealing with the problem of teacher accountability, realizing that maybe one standard catch-all variable shouldn't be the determining factor in a teacher's career. But there are still quite a few years before this program shows any results, positive or negative. That is one of the problems with having such a large school district too. Any major reform takes quite a bit of time to get started and make a determination on. Our school district is on the cutting edge of difference, an attempt to thrash out the chains of tradition and to try something new, so that our future as a nation doesn't look quite so bleak. There is one final thing that is plaguing our system, however, and that is bureaucracy. As mentioned earlier, it takes quite a while to get things done here in the DCPS system due to its size, but there's also a multitude of red tape blocking quite a bit of things that teachers and students would like to do differently. You've seen it yourself. Students cannot even sell a candy bar anymore, and teachers don't even bother with field trips, because it's simply not worth the hassle. The Department of Education was set up under Jimmy Carter, and he referred to it as his greatest achievement, and in some ways it has been effective. Many argue that without it, the U.S. would have fallen so far behind the rest of the world that we wouldn't be in just 14th place. We'd be somewhere in the 50s. However, there is something to be said about the mandates that it institutes in its damaged system. Too much of attempting to protect students from harm actually does exactly that. All in all, unless the U.S. makes an immediate change, it will die. Our future hangs on the backs of our students, and if it is not made a priority to craft them into model world citizens, we're finished as a nation. The good news is that the reforms have been instituted, and the piece is played. Now all there is to do is to wait and see if the best and brightest minds in our nation have come up with reforms that will make us and not break us.